How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to prepare for the upcoming Legends and Flashback collections. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We are about 2 days away from multiple collections in the game. We have the Hall of Fame program coming out. We also have the Gunnar Henderson program, and that could lead to a voucher with the cover athletes. And then we have the Legends and Flashback collections. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. We could have like 3 collections in one day. They went ahead and released the All-Star Game packs right back into the pack store for another week. So I was kind of thinking of a flash sale. Maybe they're just releasing the packs again. They also updated these deluxe and premier packs to include the All-Star Game as well as the ultra packs, but I just have a deluxe and a premier, so I'm just going to open up that. I'm still working on trying to finish off this All-Star Game collection. I still need about 10 more cards. I need to complete the program. I'm kind of going to go over some of that in this video, but I just wanted to kind of show people. I think most people already know that these are in the game now, and it took them a little bit to add these cards into the packs, but they also dropped in on the marketplace by like 50%. I saw like Pete Crow Armstrong and Lindor were approaching like 55, 60,000. Now they're back down to kind of around where they were, like 25, 30,000 or around there. But we are able to get a couple of these, quick sell diamonds. These cards kind of fluctuated here and there. A lot of these base round cards were, the quick sell price. But I think some of these cards are still pretty good. At the same time, I have been trying to complete as many of the most recent programs as possible. I haven't been playing MLB The Show as much. I was, grinding a bunch before the All-Star Game stuff. I was playing during the All-Star Game. And then I guess I would say the last like 5 to 7 days or so, I've been kind of taking a small break here and there. But I think the Hall of Fame program is going to be very similar to the Prime program, which will help people prepare for not only the Hall of Fame collection, but the Legends and Flashback collections, because even if you buy every single card in the game right now, right, obviously that's the easiest way to prepare for the Legends and Flashback collection, buy every single card. I think that they are going to still make people earn the Hall of Fame stuff beforehand. I think at the end of this program for the Hall of Fame stuff, we're going to see Dave Parker. And then for the collection, we could see a really good player. I think it's going to be pretty similar to the amount of players here as we saw with the Prime, like 16, maybe less, maybe like 10. Because I think they're going to go with more recent Hall of Fame inductees. We'll have to see exactly what happens there, but those are just some of my thoughts on the upcoming content. And then I think that is going to help some people get ready for the Legends and Flashback collection. I think we have an opportunity to get a pitcher. I kind of hope that it isn't a pitcher. I think it's going to be Randy Johnson, but if I were to pick like another player, I would say Babe Ruth would be a really great option as well. I've talked a little bit about that, but as you can see, I'm kind of going through this draft pack as well, or I guess this draft collection, unlocking some of the players and the packs that go along with it. The draft collection is something I kind of waited on just because I knew that those cards were going to fluctuate. I don't really like any of the draft players in terms of like they wouldn't really make my ranked season squad. I think a lot of them have just weird swings in the game. I think Ethan Holiday is pretty good, and that's really the only card that I would use. I would rather still complete this type of collection with the draft players, get some more cards that I would say are more recent, newer players, guys that probably won't get another card later on at all. Some guys from last year's draft class or whatever didn't get a card in this year's game. So I just figured I would still complete this collection just to get Ethan Holiday. I would rather complete this collection over the All-Star collection, not the All-Star Game collection, but just the All-Star players. That was the one voucher that I skipped out on, and I'll kind of show you everything in my inventory right now as we go through all these vouchers. But for the All-Star Game, I need about 10 more players, as I mentioned. For the All-Star voucher, like this one here, I skipped this. I didn't have enough for the Scott Rowland voucher. I didn't have enough for the Ted Williams voucher. And here I kind of just locked in all the cards that were not sellable from like the Team Affinities and stuff like that. But the Home Run Derby collection I completed. The Ted Williams collection, right, you got to have this done if you're planning to get Part 3 done. As long as that's all consistent, right, as long as it is Part 3 to this Legends and Flashback collection. The reason why I say that is I guess Legends and Flashback collections could mean, Part 2 to the Negro League collection, could mean Part 2 to the 20th Anniversary collection. It could mean a couple different things, but I have a feeling it's going to mean Part 3 to Scott Rowland, Ted Williams, and then I kind of hope Babe Ruth, but I'm kind of thinking Randy Johnson. Either way, though, whatever card it is going to be really good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this card right away, right, based on some of the stuff that you're going to have to grind out when the collection drops. But I am ready for everything, I think. I have like 38 Satchel Paige cards just in case they release a part 2 to that John Donaldson. I don't have any extra 20th anniversary cards, but they could release more of those. I kind of feel like there's going to be a program with those cards anyway, similar to like the milestone or the video game numbers program that we got. I'm kind of surprised we don't have that yet. But I have all the team affinities done. I have all 30 All-Star Game players, of course. I have all 30 Color Storm. I have all 30 Jolt. I was buying a couple of these Award Series players recently. I have some extra Milestone Grady Sizemore cards that I plan on selling because I think you're going to need almost every one of those Milestone players. That's the thing about some of these individual collections is we really haven't gotten that many cards added to these tabs. So like for example, the only card I don't have from the last ride would be that Nolan Ryan. They're going to probably make you need all of those cards. And then of course there's going to be more released as time goes on. But the other thing I was kind of thinking about is we don't have like a collection for the cornerstone players. We're getting more of those cornerstone guys, and I feel like we will have a cornerstone collection at some point. Or I don't know, I could just be the voucher, but I don't know, it seems like that might be a missed opportunity. But with the Spotlight cards, I still have to complete 2 of the Spotlight programs, so that's why I have a lot of missing cards in here. I need to complete the both of the July ones. Haven't done either of those for Addison Barger or I don't remember the other guy. But for the postseason, we have all the cards there. For the standouts, we're just missing Tony Perez, which I will get, and then Jorge Posada, which I think on some of these you're going to be able to skip maybe like 1 or 2 cards. For the tops now, though, I think you'll probably need almost all of them, maybe except for Willie Castro. But I have Willie Castro, and I'm just missing one guy from the program in that Lawrence Butler. Kind of was just playing some of the draft stuff, grinding it out. But just to kind of take you quickly through like where I'm at with the game, I've completed pretty much everything in the entire game except for a couple programs as of late, and I'll be able to complete those. I'm like halfway through most of them. I need to get these 2 draft cards here. I need to get this 3rd draft card, and that will allow me to get Ethan Holiday. Then once I get those All-Star Game cards, I'll be able to get Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. But really, the Legends and Flashback collection player is really going to have to be amazing for him to make this squad. I really think that this team is incredible. There's not that many players that are going to be better. I mean, obviously, as we get more 99s, maybe a second version, a second 99 of some of these cards, then I would like to upgrade there. But I really like a lot of these players that I'm using. I haven't tried out Garrett Crochet yet, so that's someone I think I'll like him, but I don't really know for sure. But I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty good team, and I know we're kind of at like the second half of the year. This is not really the end game phase of the game, but a lot of these cards that we're getting will probably be good until the next game comes out. But that's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty, and until next time, peace out.